Well, guys, continuing with our Energy Tide coverage is the muscle man himself, president of Energy Link, Ray Miller. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah.
We're bringing down the muscle, right?
Eliana, I'm grateful to have this opportunity to share my ideas on how to save the oil fields in Kern County. So all the thanks really go to you.
We're excited to have you on because I feel like it's so educational when we have you on, and then to learn more about, you know, the oil fields like you're mentioning today that need saving, but also learning about hydrogen production and all of that. It's always something new with you guys, and I appreciate that, Ray.
All right.
All right, so let's get with it. Last time you guys were on, we did talk about kind of all of those topics, but today I want to focus on the hydrogen production. So what can you tell me about the hydrogen that we're producing here in Kern County?
Well, let me give you a little more of a background on Energy Link,
okay,
and then I'll go into that. So Energy Link is well known for providing muscle to the Kern County oil fields for the last 23 years. So we have a beautiful facility located on 20 acres out by Lake Buena Vista, which is about halfway between Bakersfield and Taft. And then we have a satellite facility located in Santa Maria where we provide muscle to the coastal oil fields.
Okay.
But our #1 trait is our very hardworking and happy and smart people. And with that, you know, Energy Link started doing equipment repairs on rotating equipment, but we've become, oh, so much more since then. So we work on coolers and other type of equipment. So we put our muscle in the shop and in the field.
It's interesting because you're evolving with the times, right? Like you said, at one point or another, your focus was one thing, and now you're focusing more on how to grow and evolve with time.
And that growth is going to focus on hydrogen, because hydrogen is, well, it's my favorite thing to talk about other than Energy Link. But it is becoming the new clean and green energy of the future.
Right.
And the Kern County oil fields have a lot of hydrogen. And what we want to do is produce that hydrogen from the depleted oil fields. So a depleted oil field still has a lot of oil in it. It's just the oil that's left is uneconomical to produce.
Okay.
So this is where Energy Link wants to save the day.
Yeah, you're kind of recycling that.
Yeah, so enter Hydrogen Man.
Hydrogen Man! Okay, that's your new one. We're going to have to get a Hydrogen Man for you.
So our plan is to convert existing depleted reserves into active hydrogen-producing fields.
It's amazing that you're able to, you know, shift from one thing. Okay, this was an oil field and this had oil in it, but now that it's not necessarily doing what we need it to do, we can shift into hydrogen in a green, environmentally safe way, which is awesome. But I want to go back to something that we mentioned earlier, which is the fact that you guys are trying to save the oil fields. Is there a need for that?
Yeah, the oil that we produce today is going to be used for a long time to come, but we're getting so many external pressures, you know, from Sacramento and others to, you know, stop the production, but we still need the oil. So with oil prices at very high prices right now, we should be very active in the fields, and we're just not as active as we should be with the prices where they're at. So a lot of that's got to do with permitting and other obstacles that are put in the way. So what I've recognized is there's a real appetite for clean energy, and there is hydrogen that we can pull out of these existing fields. So let's get busy doing that.
So what does a hydrogen field look like?
Well, it looks a whole lot like an oil field.
Okay, okay, simply put, yeah.
No, it's got well bores, it's got piping, it's got compressors and pumps and other oil field type of equipment in it. And a depleted oil field, a depleted reserve, has an infrastructure that's already in place and that can be used as a hydrogen field. And then when you take this hydrogen and you bring in what we call carbon sequestration. You may have heard that word before. Now we can produce clean energy without producing any emissions. And when we bring in the carbon sequestration, it's actually a carbon negative operation. And that's a good thing.
A good thing. Okay, well, that's a good spot for us to kind of wrap it up today. I know that we're going to get to have you guys back on next month, which is exciting because we'll get to continue this educational conversation. But for more information, how can people reach out to you right now?
Well, if you have an oil and gas reserve and you want to convert it to a hydrogen field, just reach out to Energy Link and ask for Hydrogen Man, and we'll get on the ball, because producing hydrogen from the ground up is in our very near future.
From the ground up. It's my favorite thing. Every time you're on, you have a new slogan. So I'm excited. You're hydrogen man, you're our muscle man, you're everything. We're producing hydrogen from the ground up. Thank you so much for being on today.
Right on. Glad to
Appreciate
be
your
here.
time. All right, guys.